Hello and welcome, I'm Sai and welcome to Teach Yourself Guitar Part 4. Today we'll talk about what to do if you need a capo and you don't have one. This video is just a what to do, not how it works, not why it works. It's purely practical and begins right now. We'll put the half step wheel up on the screen because we'll need it in a moment. Let's start with a G chord or a G major chord. If I play it, it looks like a G chord and it sounds like a G chord. Now if I put the capo by the first fret, it'll still have the same shape. It'll still look like the G chord, just shifted over because the capo is forcing me to move over. But it will sound higher. It won't sound like the G chord, and that's because it's not. By putting the capo by the first fret, we're making the entire chord higher by one spot on the half step wheel. So we started with a G chord, and now this is a G sharp, even though it looks like a G. Let's put the capo by the second fret. That means our chord is going to look like a G. It's the same shape, but it's moved over so much that it has now become a G sharp and A. It's become an A chord or an A major. So the capo by the second fret made us move 2 spots on the half step wheel. Let's put the capo now by the 5th fret. So we'll need to move 5 spots on the half step wheel. I'm still going to play that G major shape, but now it's not a G chord anymore. It's G sharp, A sharp, B, C. It's a C chord or a C major chord. So if a chord chart or a website is telling you to play a G major chord with the capo by the 5th fret and you don't have a capo, instead you can play a C major. So this is G major capo 5, and this is C major without a capo. It's the same chord. Both of those chords, the G major and the C major, were major chords, so the capo doesn't affect the quality of the chord if it's major, minor, or 7. Let's do the same exercise with a minor chord. We'll start with an E minor. It has the E minor shape. It sounds like an E minor. Now imagine we are using chord charts that tell us to put the capo by the first fret and play an E minor chord. It still looks like an E minor, but it's higher. So if we look at our half step wheel, it's going from E minor to F minor, 1 spot higher on the half step wheel, or clockwise. Let's say we have to put the capo by the 2nd fret because that's what the chord instructions are telling us to do. That E minor is now F minor, F sharp minor. So instead of playing an E minor on capo 2, if we don't have a capo, we'll play an F minor chord instead, and it should sound the same. Awesome. This also works for major 7, minor 7, or dominant 7 chords as well. Let's take what we've learned today and look at an actual song and imagine we don't have the capo for that song. Okay, so we'll look here at Ultimate Guitar. The chords for Boulevard of Broken Dream are E minor, G, D, and A. It's telling us to play with the capo by the 1st fret. So let's do that. It sounds like this. I walk a lonely road, only one that I have ever known. So that is what the instructions are telling us to play. If we don't have a capo, we could still play the song with the original chords: E minor, G, D, A. It's just lower. I walk a lonely road, only one that I have ever known. So it's just lower. If we don't have a capo but we want to play in the original key, we are just going to look at our half step wheel and move every chord up 1 clockwise because we are supposed to have capo by the 1st fret. So E minor now becomes F minor, G becomes G sharp, D becomes D sharp, and A becomes A sharp. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. So that is exactly the same as if we did have a capo. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. And we play the chords as instructed. So those are some examples of what to do if we were instructed to use a capo but we don't have one. We can also use this half step wheel and this concept to make a song higher or transpose the song so that it better fits a singer's voice, or so that you can match some other instruments if they're playing it higher as well. So let's take that same song and imagine instead of playing those same 4 chords with the capo by the 1st fret, we'll calculate what chords they would be if we had to put the capo by the 5th fret. So E minor becomes F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, A minor. G becomes G sharp, A sharp, B, C. D becomes D sharp, E, F sharp, G. And A becomes A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. So our chords are now going to be A minor, C, G, D. So we've made the song quite a bit higher, which might be more suitable for a different singer. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. And there we go. So that is how we use the half-step wheel to help us survive if we don't have a capo. It also allows us to transpose or raise the key of a song just so that we can sing along with it or play along with other instruments that are playing it higher. That's everything for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!